Hey everyone, it's Floss. Welcome back to the channel. It's my August TBR Pile Month wrap-up video. It's not a wrap-up, so I haven't got anything to wrap up. So it's my August TBR. It's my August TBR month. My first book, which I'm currently reading, and if you watched my July wrap-up video, you will know that I sort of started in July. It's Gemini. If you want to know more about this series, it's book 2 in the Illuminae series by Amy Kaufman and Jay Kristoff. The book itself isn't out until October, but I'm reading Unfinished Proof. This was a major dilemma for me because of the artwork not being all in there, but I explained more in the July TBR why I hesitated over this, so maybe watch that. But this is what I'm reading now, and I'm loving it. It's amazing. I'm also going to read Losing It by Cora Carmack. This was on sale at Booktopia. I bought this with another book, and I like Cora Carmack's Rust University series. I like her as a new adult writer. I find her characters have more depth than a lot of other new adult books are given. She often spins what is going to look like a trope into a little bit more something with it. You know, it's still the cliches of new adults, but I'm interested to read it. It's a story of Bliss Edwards, who is a virgin. She goes out on the town for a big night out and kind of decides she's going to lose her virginity, has a good night with a very hot, attractive man, and then she goes to her first day college, and her professor stands up, and it's the guy she was with last night. So look, I know I've seen a few reviews that say that this is a troubling book in terms of the relationship dynamics and the power, I get that, but I'm going to read it anyway and see if that bothers me or if it is handled well. I will see. I look forward to the Cora Carmack steaminess, as always. Another book, I bought this at Dimmicks the other week. It was the Summer Day, Summer Night Short Stories compilation. It's edited by Stephanie Perkins, and it's basically beautiful romantic short stories from a range of authors, including Cassandra Clare, Leah Bardugo, Jennifer E. Smith, Veronica Roth, and yeah, it's just a lovely little collection of short stories about romance in summer. And because it's freezing in Melbourne at the moment, because it's winter, I needed a little bit of sunshine, even if it was just through these beautiful yellow pages of this hardback. Yeah, pretty. So I bought this baby because I can bookstores right now keep me out of them. The next one I'm going to tackle is Darktown by Thomas Mullen. This was presented at the BEA panel that I went to, Publishers Buzz Books, and the editor did a fantastic job and just made me want to read it. It's a story of 2 black cops who are serving on an integrated for the first time police force in 1948 in Atlanta, and there is a crime that's committed where a black woman is seen driving a white man's car, and then she disappears and is found murdered. And they go to investigate the crime, but they're obviously facing an incredible amount of racial tension. White cops unwilling to work with them, a lot of corruption against African-American people in the community on the police force. And yeah, it sounded like a really amazing kind of, if you ever heard about the show In the Heat of the Night, TV series, and any of those kind of police detective books, I'm really excited to read this. I've seen great reviews of this, closer now in Australian print. I believe Hachette is the publisher, but I picked this up at BEA, and so it's from Atra, who is, I don't know. Atra is the publisher. Simon Schuster, Atra is the publisher. So that's Simon Schuster. I feel like it's Hachette in Australia though for Commonwealth laws. But I am really excited to read this. I love a good murder mystery kind of thing. I don't like gore murder mysteries, but I like a good kind of whodunit, what's happening, also mixed in with I love a bit of a non-fiction book, and this is based on true stuff as well. So I'm excited. This has also been based on a similar time. Obviously, I think the characters are fictionalised, but in terms of the integration of police departments in the South, and also it's incredibly relevant for the racial police tensions that are happening in America right now. So I'm kind of really excited to read this and see. I don't really wish I was reading a book that had reflections to the current time, but I also think there could be lessons to be learned from this. So I'm very excited about Darktown. And another book I'll be reading is Truly, Madly, Deeply by Leanne Moriarty. She is Australia's premier storyteller at the moment. She wrote, probably the biggest one she's known for is Big Little Lies, which is the one that's been turned into a TV show. It's sort of suburban-esque drama. And both those phrases make it sound really like I'm being derogatory about it, but I'm not. It's just that's probably the best way to describe it. It's basically married couples in the suburbs doing dumb stuff. No, not doing dumb stuff, but doing someone does something morally questionable and there's a fallout from that and a lot of stuff happens. I am excited to read this. I haven't actually read a Leanne Moriarty book, but everybody I know who has raves about it, says it's really like, oh my God, I can't believe they did that, and then they do something else. And yeah, it's sort of in that genre of women's fiction, but not chick lit. But and again, both of those sound derogatory. We need to think of a better term. Guys don't have it. Guys are like action adventure, and no one's like, I don't know. It's a weird, complicated thing. Anyway, I'm excited to read this. It's a bit of a humdinger, but apparently her books fly past, so they're going to zhoosh past. So that is my TBR for August. Again, it's about 5 books. Will I get through them all? I hope so. As I said, I'm not an incredibly fast reader, so I set myself the challenges, and if I miss, I miss. I'm not going to try and overwhelm myself with these books and then feel bad about it in the end. And I think that's good for everybody. I know there's these people with huge TBRs and it kind of, you think, oh God, I should be reading more. Don't. Read whatever you feel comfortable reading. It's not a race. It's supposed to be for enjoyment. Remember that. So I'll talk to you at the end of the month to see how we went. And of course, during the middle of the month, I'll be posting reviews on those specific books as I finish them. I'd love to know what you guys are excited to read this July. Leave comments below. Have you read any of the books that I'm going to read? Do you love them? With no spoilers, of course. Did you love them? Did you hate them? What are you guys reading? What's coming out in August that you're excited about? As you can see from both my wrap-up and my TBR, I didn't get The Cursed Child. And I might need to do a book fashions video about why I didn't get it. But for those of you who know me, you know Harry Potter and me. I'm sorry. I'll explain. We'll do one. Yeah, leave a comment below. You can yell at me about Cursed Child if you like. I don't care. Come at me. Subscribe to the channel. Thank you again for watching the channel, and I'll talk to you next time.